I hate to break the fishing news up, Yaremchuk, but I'd like to speak about the ice hockey.
Congratulations, you're one of the 13 listeners of the Real Life Podcast.
We just traded a migraine in for like an orgasm.
Might want to mark that down, Yaremchuk.
Yep. All of my projects are on schedule until they're not.
A member of the Nation Network of Podcasts.
About as funny as we're going to get today.
Episode 196 of the Real Life Podcast. I'm Tyler Yaremchuk. We are back after, we didn't record a Thursday episode last week, so we were back to our normal rotation of one podcast every Monday. And we got a full cast of characters today. I see Chalmers, sideways hat, in his truck, drinking a Slurpee. That's completely on brand. Wonderful. I see Bagged Milk's roof. Wanye comes to us live, hidden as a seat in section 214 of Rogers Place. Wanye, have they found you yet?
Not yet, my friend, but they're looking.
Yeah, they have guard dogs going out there and everything. And I also see the roof of the office inside Little Brick Cafe, which means Jay is here. And I must say, Jay, the audio quality is good.
Oh, excellent. Well, I think we're in a safe place here unless someone walks into the office, which is known to happen a lot. But I'm happy to report that it's 300 degrees outside and it's like a cool 20 degrees in the office, which is very rare. Normally it is muggy and sweltering.
Are you using that trick with the air conditioner I showed you where you take the hose and you point it down the vent?
Nope, it hasn't. Don't need to.
Wow.
Don't need to turn it on.
Thermal.
Or maybe I'm just really mind over matter. So I just looked at the AC unit and it says it's 82 degrees in here. So I don't know what quick math. I don't know what that is, but I think that's kind of hot.
I think it's because there's no people in there, so it's not as muggy as it usually is.
We have a air conditioner, Chalmers, in the office that you've seen that looks like Rosie from the Jetsons. It looks like a robot. It has like hoses coming out of it and shit.
Well, yeah, and when you vent it, I remember always having to open the window and just throw the vent out the window.
Yeah, the window's broken now. So now what we do is we point it down the furnace duct.
Well, if the furnace fan is on, it's just blowing it right back up. So I'm not really sure how that's fucking working.
The furnace fan isn't on because it's only on in the wintertime. The furnace isn't on in the winter. Or summer.
No. Furnace. If you don't have your heat going in your furnace, you can still turn on your furnace fan to circulate fresh air from outside and suck out the old stuff.
Do we have a new air conditioner, Jay, that I'm forgetting about in the basement?
We have a new furnace. We don't have a new air conditioner, but we're set up now for air conditioning.
Right.
You should be circulating the air in your buildings. That's for damn sure, or else it can get muggy and gross.
Of course we do. That's why we bought a new furnace. Our old one, we didn't. We used to have two furnaces that ran this bad boy, but now we got like a new high efficiency one that's like knows what's up.
Yeah, Chalmers, high efficiency. You ever deal with one of those? Probably not.
Yeah.
No, never.
Never seen a high efficiency furnace? Probably not. Not like this one.
Speaking of high efficiency and having air conditioning, this podcast is brought to you by the fine folks at Japa Machinery. They have all your heavy equipment rental needs with 815s, packers, asphalt rollers, excavators, and more, all available from your friendly neighborhood Japa Machinery folk, japamachinery.com. You can also give them a call, 780-962-5272. Air conditioning is a luxury, and I use the word luxury to tie into the fact that we are starting to get a look at what life inside the NHL's COVID bubble looks like. And Chalmers, you sent a great video into our group chat, so I think Bagged Milk, you said you retweeted it to the Oilers Nation account as well?
You betcha.
Yeah, so if you want to take a look at what we're talking about, you can go watch that. It looks damn sweet in there. Like it seems like everything is streamlined nicely. It seems like they kind of pulled out all the stops to make sure players are as comfortable as possible. Chalmers, you sent the video, so I'll go to you first on this. It looks sweet in there.
At first glance, yeah. I mean, like the buses are all rolling in. They're all beautiful buses. They roll into on time. Well, we don't know that they're on time, but then they roll into the Sutton Place and the JW Marriott. And from all accounts, you got everything laid out, all itineraries for people. For the Coyotes, they all had team custom-made masks, and every player's wearing a mask, and you hear a guy say, please keep your masks on at all times. Lobbies are looking beautiful. Elevators are looking beautiful. Guys are walking in with a ton of stuff because, they expect to be there for a while. And, man, at first optics, it looks pretty damn sweet, and I think it's a real good look for the city, that video.
So I followed an Instagram account, and I want to make sure I get the @ right, because I think everyone should follow it, because it's a pretty sweet account. A good friend of the nation, Kyler Mimamoto, recommended them to me, but it's just at NHL Bubble Life and then an underscore. And they're basically just aggregating like all the videos NHL players are posting of themselves in the bubble and posting them. And it looks awesome. Like it's customized and personal breakfast bars for all the players. The outside sitting area looks great as well. Then the best part of all this, the NHL announced no positive COVID tests in their last run through here. So no one coming into the bubble has COVID. And there is no one that needed to sit out because there's no COVID. So this thing's happening.
You know what I don't think? You know what I don't think we'll see is when the NBA players entered the bubble, they all took their shots at basically the food they were being given and the rooms that they were being given, not big enough, food wasn't good enough, and it was just like it was a real slam fest for like the first couple of days on the way that things were happening in there.
Wouldn't you want there to be a slam fest in an NBA thing, Tommy?
Would I want there to be? Well, no, I mean, I don't give a shit what they do, to be honest with you. But what I'm saying is I don't think that we're going to see that from like, you know, hockey players. I don't think they have as much of a life on social media as, you know, maybe some NBA players or some NFL players. But I mean, I'm interested to see in the next 3 or 4 days what if any comes out about, you know, just the amenities, I guess, that these people, that the NHL players are being given.
Yeah, let me just point out that Chalmers said Slamfest, meaning negative PR. Wanye said it, I believe, as in a slam dunk slam. And Chalmers, did you take it as a sex joke?
Yes. Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Now, can you please, Remchuk, humorlessly explain a meme to me for further effect?
Excellent breakdown, Remchuk. I'm glad you observed that.
In the NBA, it will be a slam fest.
I just really wanted to make sure we were all on the same page. I wasn't going to get to this till later, but now it's on topic. Did you guys hear the story of Lou Williams?
Yeah.
No? Oh, you did? Let me catch everyone up to speed on it. Lou Williams plays for the LA Clippers. He was in the bubble. He said, hey, I need to leave the bubble for like a family emergency or whatever. So he left. Like that night or the night after, he was photographed at a strip club, Magic City strip club, with rapper Jack Harlow. And Jack Harlow posted the photo on his Instagram story, quickly deleted it, then sent out a tweet being like, oh, that's an old photo. I just posted it because I miss hanging out with Lou Williams. But,
oh, yeah, right, yeah.
Oh, wait.
Dig up.
It gets better. The internet looks at the photo, and Lou Williams is wearing a mask that they only gave out in the NBA bubble. So this dude went to a strip club wearing his NBA mask after telling the league he had to go for personal reasons. It
is a personal reason. That's the most personal reason. He needs to go to ball.
So further to this story, he has on Twitter and Instagram numerous times said that Magic City is the best place to get food, his favorite place to eat. And anytime they ask him where his favorite place to go, it's Magic City. So somebody came out was like, he just wanted some good food. And I'm like, this is
Hey, Chalmers, what do you think is on the menu of Magic City to eat?
Nothing.
The buffet of Crazy Horses to die for.
Yeah, the wings at the Playboy Mansion is why I keep going back.
Well, considering Magic City on a Monday apparently is a big thing.
They're not talking about food when they're talking about Magic City on a Monday in a rap song, I assure you.
Yeah, fresh fingers coming out of the oil.
Oh, it's a Drake song.
It is a Drake song.
Magic City's brought up all the time, and they are not talking about the potted pie.
What song is that from now? I'm drawing a major blank.
Oh, there's lots of people talking about Magic City.
No, the one that Drake says it in. I'm drawing a blank, too. I'm trying to think of it, but... Anyways, yeah, this guy, Lou, like, how fucking addicted do you have to be to Magic City to totally get out of the bubble, like, within the first week? One guy left the bubble because he said he needed chicken wings. Yeah. Like, these guys are fucking ridiculous.
If there's one thing I learned in the quarantine is, fuck, did I miss chicken wings. I went to the Pint the first day it opened and had wings, and my God, did I love it.
Speaking of chicken wings, I'm going to be making some of the best chicken wings ever because I treated myself right the other day. And I bought myself a Traeger.
What's a Traeger?
Good for you.
I am going to be slow cooking so much shit.
What is that? I don't know. What is it?
A Traeger is like a barbecue, but it's a barbecue that's...
Smoker.
You know how smokers used to be just like smoker... They would only be smokers?
Of course not. I have no idea what you're talking about.
So in order to make like real good barbecue, like from Texas or Louisiana, they slow cook it in a smoker, and they make like briskets, and they take like 6 to 8 hours. You can cook things for 12 hours. Well, if you wanted to buy a smoker, you used to just be able to buy a smoker. You'd put these little wood chips in the bottom of it.
And they're kind of like, they look like an oil drum with a chimney coming out, right?
That's what a Traeger is, yes. But the old smokers weren't like, the ease of use was not as good. Like, it was difficult to set them up. Well, this is a barbecue / smoker, which is like, it's got a wood pellet auger drive, which you dump the pellets in, and it slowly feeds them in to keep it at your temperature. And this thing makes barbecuing and smoking anything ridiculously easy. It connects to your Wi-Fi in your house.
What?
Oh, yeah. And you
Why?
Because if I'm at home, if I'm not home right now, and I've got a brisket cooking
Where
at my
are you
house,
going? You should go home.
Yeah,
no, you should. I can monitor it and make sure that it's acting right, and that there hasn't been like an auger jam from my phone. Or the one thing about these things as barbecues is they do take a little bit longer to heat up. We're talking like maybe 10 minutes longer. So if I'm driving home and we want to start to cook something, well, we can start the barbecue on our way home. It'll be at full heat when I get there, and we can slam on the meat.
You love slamming on meat.
Jay,
slamming meat.
Jay, given the trajectory of technology, how long until the air conditioner in the corner will take Chalmers' brisket out of the fridge and put it in the barbecue for him off the app?
With its wavy arm?
How many years?
Its wavy exhaust arm? Oh, it's probably only months away.
Could you imagine having a little tiny robot?
An update we can just download into this thing to start doing some stuff for us.
Well, they're closing the gaps.
I wouldn't trust it. I used to have a little Omni robot when I was a kid, and that thing couldn't move around. I set the thing to move around the house, and it couldn't do it. So,
what was it?
Chalmers was 50 years ago.
It was like this little Tommy robot. It was an Omni, OMNI, and his name was Tommy. And he was just a little
robotics
robot.
has advanced since your childhood robot?
Yeah, probably a lot, but I'm not going to trust a robot.
Well, I just saw. Speaking of Roomba, I just saw a Roomba lawnmower. There's someone in our neighbor that has that, and I walk around, and this lawnmower is just going around on its own.
Yeah, it's a Husqvarna, and you know why I don't like those things? Because some of the best parts about mowing lawn is the fact that you get perfect lines. Well, this thing just goes in a fucking maze. It just does whatever the hell it wants. I want the lines.
Fair. I'm sure the technology will get there at some point. I believe the city of Edmonton bought a bunch of those for its parks and shit, and they're just they're
called goats.
It's censored to go and just mow a soccer field or whatever, and then go back to its little charging hub.
They are not using them. Have you guys been to any parks or any fields lately?
No.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun walking through a field with the dog or whatever, and kind of half looking for a tiger to jump out because the grass is 6 feet tall.
Oh my God! And so they just mowed the one, and they're mulching it. They're obviously not bagging it because that would be nuts. But they're just leaving it everywhere, and there is piles of just cut dead grass everywhere. It's disgusting.
Isn't that good for the grass?
Yeah, if you do it more than once a month. This stuff isn't being done more than once a month because
sorry, Chalmers. Sorry, there's a pandemic going. The lawn isn't mowed to your standards yet, fuck.
And it's making the mosquitoes worse.
Wow,
which is a problem.
Sorry, there's also a pandemic.
Yeah. Anyways, so the bubble and chicken wings.
I just don't understand why they don't have chicken wings. That seems like a pretty basic food to have.
They don't have chicken wings in the bubble?
They have to. These guys can, I'm pretty sure there's chefs
They
and
can
restaurants
order them in the hotel restaurant.
Yeah.
They can make the excuse they want to go get chicken wings, but they just really want to go to Magic Mike's for a lapper.
I wanted special chicken wings with special sauce. Yeah, special sauce, all right?
Those fucking dollar bills ain't going to throw themselves.
They don't want to go to the strip club for the food, Chalmers. How could you possibly think this is true?
That's what I just said.
I apologize to all the people listening with their children in the car who now have to explain what a lapper is.
It's good for you.
Chalmers, the song you were thinking of where Drake raps Magic City on a Monday is the song Plastic Bag off his joint album with Future.
With Future.
Yeah, and there's also another song called Magic City Monday with Jeezy, Future, and 2 Chainz in it. So yes, Magic City on a Monday is
Plastic Bag, which is literally about going to Magic City on a Monday and getting a plastic bag for the stripper to pick up all the bills that were raining down. No mention of the food once.
There's also,
I believe there's a song that it's you do not go to Magic Mike's for the food. I think specifically.
Magic Mike.
There's also a story.
He's at a different tip.
Chalmers called it Magic Mike's. He doesn't realize that like 2 minutes ago, and it got stuck in my head. Magic City.
Chalmers and Jay, big windmill guys.
Huge Channing Tatum fan. Bruce Springsteen has a song called Magic City.
Really?
Good
Is that
track.
also about the strip club?
It's a classic. Well, it has to be.
Okay.
Oh, the
Are
boss
you sure it's not Atlantic City?
I'm pretty sure it's Magic City.
It's Atlantic
I'm pretty sure it's Atlantic City, and I'm pretty sure
it's Magic City, and it's about the food on a Monday.
Oh yeah, well it could be.
Drake, I just read a
Never
story
been a very
here
musical person.
about Drake allegedly pulling up to Magic City in an armored bank vehicle with $100,000 cash. No mention in the story if he brought that to pay for everyone's chicken wings or not.
Oh, is there a Yelp review for Magic City?
I'm on it
for the food.
I'm on it.
This will be good. I'm happy we have Bag Milk here to look up important facts.
Yeah, sometimes on Yelp they'll post pictures of the food at certain places. See if they have any pictures
of the food at Magic City. I'm sure
fantastic.
They do.
Bet you they make a great Reuben.
Who doesn't love a Reuben?
I do. I'm a Reuben man. I'll admit that.
Extra onions.
Oh, it'd be delightful.
Price range, it says $3 bills in terms of or dollar signs.
I think that's out of 5, so it's a mid-range restaurant.
I wonder why Drake would need $100,000. Perhaps he's buying lunch for him and 10 buses of friends.
Maybe he's a popular guy. Bag Milk.
If you roll up to a strip club in an armored car,
all right,
$100,000, you have extremely high expectations.
I've got a photo of food I'm going to put to the group here.
Here is the first review by a young man named Toby J. Says, Lou Williams approved, great place to pick up food. 5 stars. On July 26th, Eli put a Yelp review, says, the best chicken strips around town, but don't take it from me.
Yeah, right.
That's like
Lou Williams.
Sometimes it's not always ready on time and you have to wait for 45 minutes, but it's worth it in the end.
That food looks like something you'd get in a food truck.
It totally does. The light,
that's the Fire
light.
Festival ham sandwich. Their cheese sandwich.
The purple.
Been coming here for years. Valet parking prices are way too high.
Been coming here for years. Terrible.
The food is great, though. He says.
Coming here for years.
From FM, the dancers I encountered were excellent. They took all my money, and the chocolate ghoul was a delight.
Jesus.
Oh.
We should do our weekly strip club Yelp review.
Listen, Chalmers, don't you know what's happened to Edmonton strip clubs? They've all burned down.
Oh, I heard about that, yeah.
There's like one strip club left or 2 tops.
We must save them. We must protect them at all costs.
Diamonds caught fire twice in a week because they couldn't finish the job.
Good Lord. Zakaya says, one reason I love this place is because the girls are beautiful, but also because of the food.
I'm sending another photo of food.
Who knew?
I think food means something else.
As someone who's never been to a strip club, in the States, they can't serve booze, right?
No, that's completely false.
That's false? I thought that was a thing. You can't have nude strip clubs and booze. Never mind.
No. Bottle service at the Spearmint Rhino is something that you need to try once.
Yeah. Or you can pay for $20 for a spiced rum and coke at Spearmint Rhino.
Yeah.
I'm trying to. I must be thinking of something completely unrelated then.
One time I went to Scores in New York, and we had 3 drinks, and it was $76 US before.
Tyler, you've really never been to a strip club?
Never been to a strip club.
Really?
Yeah.
Speaking of expensive, go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know. I granted I've had a girlfriend for basically my entire adult life, but
you have a girlfriend and go to a strip club?
Yeah, I know I could, and I don't think she would really care. She's sitting in the living room right now. She probably heard that and is probably going, "No, I would care, idiot." But
you should go together.
Yeah, bring her on right now and let's ask her.
No, she's busy. She's working.
Good audio.
I don't think she's busy.
What time is it? 1:26? No, she's actually right now.
I'm gonna be quite honest with you. I get uncomfortable at strip clubs. They're not my favorite place to be. But you gotta go a couple times. Like on a stag, you go to one and like you just literally get the room in the middle of the bar with some bottles, and the girls just pour your drinks, and you just shoot the shit, and you guys just hang, and it's like, I don't know, kind of a novelty, but it does wear off.
But really, I'm there for the food. Fast forward to Chalmers in real life. I've been there with you.
Never
You're
eaten
living
food at
your
a strip
best
club,
life.
and I never will.
Oh my god!
I have many times.
Which one?
What was it called? Crazy Horse on 97th Street. I used to always eat there.
The one by Mayfield Inn?
Yeah, 97th Street. I used to eat there all the time.
What would you get? What was your
fingers.
go-to? Chicken fingers?
Chicken fingers and fries. Or sometimes they had a lunch buffet. When I first turned 18, all my buddies that had turned 18, all in a big cluster, we used to have spares in the afternoon, so we would go there for the lunch buffet.
What was the one called in the hotel on Stony Plain Road?
Tap room.
Yeah, that's right.
Jay pulls it out that quick. Lightning.
Because I'll tell you why.
Because we used to go there.
Yeah, we used to go there, but it's because we had fake IDs. So, like, anything you did when you had a fake ID was just, like, the best, craziest thing ever. So, like,
you couldn't go to the best places, but you could go to the worst place.
Exactly.
Well,
Antonio gives Magic City a 1-star review because of the ATM charges. Charges you $10 for every $100 you pull out, which is ridiculous.
yeah, that's
$10
crazy.
on a hun.
But what are you gonna do? Not pull it out?
Yeah, but that's
gotta come prepared,
That's
man.
why you bring your own $100,000.
That's why Drake brought the armored car, paid for itself in fees.
He was like,
Save $10.
there is no way I'm
the
using
ATM
the
charges
ATM.
were less.
Okay, well,
So
you know what?
have we hit all your topics so far? It's 28 minutes and we've hit clubs, chicken wings.
For the record, Drake saved $10,000 by bringing in a Brinks truck as opposed to taking
You see,
$100
that's
at
the same
$10.
thing that makes you write Hotline Bling.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, that's why.
Maximum 1,000. No.
10%
No,
of
just
$100
trust
grand
my
is
math.
$10,000.
No, I know that, but
Trust
Don't
me,
trust
I'm.
your Remchuk.
Yeah, don't trust your Remchuk.
Don't trust
Well,
my
hold on, though. What do you think would be the limit on this?
that's what I'm
Strip
getting
club.
at.
I'm saying if we're saying in the logic, if it's $10 on a hun, as for our boy who sent the
But
complaint.
the fee isn't $10 on a hun scalable. It's $10 to take the cash out. The question is, what's the upper limit on the ATM?
I'm going
I
to
would think
assume it's
$1,000.
100 purposely.
They will have ATMs there that only dispense one, and they will have like a room, like a casino, that just breaks down like wads of cash into like footballs of one.
Can I tell you a story? Do you know who Gilbert Arenas is?
Yeah,
Yes.
the guy who brought a gun.
He's an old basketball player. And what he used to do was he said this on the radio, showing that he is one of the biggest idiots in the world.
Mm-hmm.
So when he used to go to strip clubs, he would give his friends his credit card, and he would take out $100,000 at the strip club. He would then spend around 60,000 of it, and then take home 40,000 of it. But he would have his friends sign the bills, and then the next day he'd call the credit card company and say it wasn't him.
What?
He would reimburse 100,
He
and he would
said
have
he
40.
did that on a show.
He said on the radio that he did that. I swear to God.
Wow.
I'm not even joking.
He's also the guy who like lost a game of cards on a team plane and then or team whatever it was. And didn't he not come back the next day with his gun and like brought it into the locker room and was like, pay up or whatever, or like, I'm not paying you?
Yeah.
Gilbert Arenas is a bit of a goofball. I think that's an understatement. I am going to just quickly do a complete 180 on the topics because I think we've spent too much time talking about strip clubs and Gilbert Arenas.
One more, please, Tyler.
One more.
Peggy gives a 1-star review because she was unhappy with the $40 parking fee.
Oh, Peggy.
Chalmers, I remember one time at the front bar at Cowboys catching you putting drinks on my tab. And I was like, oh, Chalmers. And you're like, yeah, that's fine. Don't worry about it. And then the bartender was like, he also bought 2 packs of smokes. So I was like, Chalmers, 2 packs of smokes? And you're like, I'm probably going to run through a lot of smokes. You're Gilbert Arenas.
I guess, yeah. I have been on the other end of that too, so I was just paying it forward.
2 packs of smokes.
One was for you.
The food at strip clubs can be inconsistent. The food at Oodle Noodle is always consistently delicious, and they're doing a ton of great stuff with charities right now as well. 10% of all in-store proceeds going to a local charity every week. Jay, our charity of the week is?
Our charity of the week is, why am I drawing a blank?
Okay.
I just shot the
he
video
asks
with them.
you the question every week.
Oh, it was a great video that we did. It is this is why, because it's a mouthful to get out. It is the Edmonton Youth Justice Committee Society.
Committee and society?
Together at last.
Both times.
Go on. What sort of business do they transact?
Oh, they just help youth that kind of get caught up in the court system that need help with legal representation.
Good stuff.
That's nice. How much money did you donate?
We don't know yet. It started today.
Oh, how much money did you donate last week?
I'll get the report. It'll probably be around $4,000 we raised last week.
Is that like consistently $4,000 a week cash?
It bounces above and below given on the week. But yeah, no, that's roughly the average. Yeah,
that's pretty good, man.
Love it.
Yeah, it's adding up, man. It's pretty crazy. Like, we're gonna do kind of at the end of the summer a big tally about all the stuff that's happening.
We can have a little Oodle Noodle meeting on the podcast. That's fine. We'll consider it an ad. Like, we're able to make the economics of this work such that we can donate 10% of our in-store sales and not like go out of business off of it.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of a win-win scenario where it's something that helps our franchisees and also allows us to help the community. So it's been kind of wild to see. We just did it on a whim, thinking like we need to do more to support outside of donating food. So we thought, let's try this kind of model, and it's been received really well. And our first week, our donation was like $2,000. So
yeah,
it's really scaled up, which is
we
really
should just
good.
make this a thing we stick with.
It's going to be. It's just going to look. It's going to look a little bit different because there's one thing that we had during the pandemic. It was time.
Yeah.
So like going in weekly, investing. So we're just going to kind of like spread it out time wise. And maybe
are you thinking a different check every hour, like that way, or less?
Like once a month.
Every day you're going to go to a charity?
We're going to do the reverse. Yeah, we're going to go and feature a charity for the month, and it'll allow us to kind of make a bigger impact for them for that time. And it'll allow us to also create a lot more content and just kind of like really reinforce the message each month. So, yeah, it's been wild.
Love it. Love it. What else I loved since last time we recorded a podcast, the new Seattle team has a name. It is the Seattle Kraken. Their color scheme is a...
Good Christ, are these fucking transitions clunky?
That wasn't clunky.
That wasn't clunky. That was pretty good.
No? All right.
I got it.
I thought it was all right.
When you get that tone in your voice, I can feel myself too now.
Wayne gives Magic City a 5-star review. He says they have the nerve to charge $20 for entrance, but I'll pay it every time for those chicken wings.
Is that what he said?
You betcha.
Son of a gun.
Man, the wings are really good.
Yeah. Noted.
So Seattle Kraken is the team name. Personally, I like it. I think it's out of the box. I think it's... I don't know. I thought it was creative. They could have gone with like whatever Metropolitans or sort of just played it safe.
There was the Sockeyes in there too.
Yeah, Sockeyes, but like they took a chance, and I think it worked out. I think the logo is sharp, the color scheme is sharp. Jay, you just went ugh. So I'm assuming you don't like it.
No, but the Sockeyes. It's just I was not a support of that one. I know.
It looks like
a
cousin to the Mariners brand, and that's cool.
Yeah, I get that. They missed a real opportunity with not calling it the Seals though. That
why?
Old Seals uniform?
No, they couldn't have done that.
Uniforms. Why not? Bring it back like to what was that basketball movie with Will Ferrell called?
With the Flint Tropics. Semi-pro.
Yeah. Like uniforms like that? God, those would have been awesome.
Bagnell, for crying out loud. Take these shots and put them on social. People will laugh.
I just shared in our group text that S that kids used to draw in their binders all the time in school, and that's what the logo reminds me of.
Pump that shit out on social. This is gold.
I do like their gloves, though. I saw the color scheme of their gloves. The colors work for me. I really like them.
I like that we can call their fan base the Crackheads.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
And they're ranked the Crack Den.
Your M-Check is the guy who actually knows what's going on in the world. Who are the Oilers most likely to lose to these people?
Like it's tough to predict right now because it's not like that draft isn't happening until after next season yet. And the Oilers, true. If they wanted to get creative, they could do a few things. They could, do like a wink, wink, nudge, nudge deal with Ryan Nugent-Hopkins where they say like, hey, we're leaving you. We're not signing you to a new contract. We're leaving you unprotected because he'd be a UFA that Seattle can't pick. They could do the same thing with Adam Larson, and that way they don't have to protect Nugent-Hopkins and Larson, but they don't have to. They won't lose them, right? Because if Seattle goes to Nugent-Hopkins and is like, we're taking you, he could just be like, I'm not signing a contract with you as a UFA. I'm going to go sign in Edmonton. So you could
for 11 years.
They could skirt the process potentially like that. I could see them having to lose someone like Caleb Jones, though. I think that would probably be the most likely right now, just because they have so many defensemen. Like, you're going to want to protect Bear will need to be protected, I believe. Then Clefbaum as well, and Darnell Nurse. So that fourth D-man, Caleb Jones, he's probably going to have to go.
I'm thinking Uncle Ken swings a deal that sees Frank's fired up. I think Uncle Ken swings a deal that sees Seattle take James Neal.
Which is very possible. Like if Seattle, might need to get to the cap floor as well, which we saw, Vegas swung some deals and took on some bigger contracts as well. I could see a scenario where they go and say, hey, look, James Neal has experience playing for an expansion team, and, we'll give you a second-round pick if you take him off our hands next summer. Maybe that's something that happens. Maybe I might not even have to be a second-round pick. Might be a third-round pick. It might be like, hey, how about
it was wild what Vegas was getting for not taking certain people. Like, you got to say, yeah.
But I wonder if the deal
second round minimum.
I wonder if the deals are going to be as good around the second time around, though, because a bunch of these GMs have kind of been through it once and been like, "Oh, I fucked that up real good," and
but
they don't want to make that mistake again.
Yeah.
So there's going to be GMs that are in trouble. So they're going to it could be Vegas 2.0.
It's going to be fascinating, man. Like, again, I agree with the idea that the GMs should have learned their lessons a little bit. But I also think we see NHL GMs make the same mistakes over and over again a lot. Like these.
Peter Chiarelli going to fucking Phoenix with Taylor Hall. Yeah, do it, boys. That's the answer, you dummy.
Friedman kind of threw cold water on it for the reason he was like, I don't think Chiarelli could go to Arizona as long as Taylor Hall isn't signed. But can you imagine the Arizona Coyotes ownership negotiating a new deal with Taylor Hall, signing him, then the next day being like, oh yeah, by the way, Peter Chiarelli is our new GM, Taylor. We really hope you're okay with that.
They all deserve each other.
I would actually feel bad for him at that point.
The best. Jay, tell me what you think about Ryan Nugent-Hopkins' next contract. What is it? Is it like a Sean Horkoff-esque legacy $7 million deal for like $56 million?
Because he'll be 28?
Yeah.
I think it's definitely a 6-year deal for sure.
What's his rate?
I think 7x7.
Ooh.
Yeah, I could do 7x7. That, like, we need the cap to go up, and it will, to accommodate all that. But he's definitely going to be deserving of it, especially after what he's going to do this playoff.
How about that facial hair, hey?
It's the best.
That mustache is everything.
But it looks so good on him.
He looks like a 17th century balloonist who's just landed in a field somewhere.
Plus, he's got the hockey hair growing out too, so he's got the salad enema.
It is so good.
He looks great.
You were drafting for Seattle. Would you try to get somebody like from the state of Washington that's playing in the NHL right now? Just to be like a hometown boy?
So you're basically saying Tyler Yamamoto?
What about
So what are you saying, Tyler Yamamoto?
Sounds like Yamamoto.
TJ Yossi, Tyler Johnson, and Yamamoto are the three guys that are playing right now. They're from Spokane and Mount Vernon.
TJ Oshie, who in Kyler Yamamoto?
Tyler Johnson.
Oh yeah, he was a chief. He was a Spokane chief too. I can
Tyler
see a guy
Yamamoto's from Spokane. Chalmers, did you know it?
Who?
Yamamoto.
I could see why they would do that
Spokane, yeah.
from like a marketing perspective. Like Vegas did that with Derek Englund. He was a guy who he's not from Vegas, but he lived there and like kind of had an active role in the community already. So they went and did that. Oshie and Johnson are very possible because, again, they're guys with big contracts and they're on teams that are going to be close to the cap. So that could work. The Oilers are not letting Kyler Yamamoto go to Seattle. That ain't.
I wonder if they'd try to get Kyler Yamamoto.
He's from Seattle.
Would that be his draft year?
The look on Tyler's face is my favorite. He just hates it.
Is that something I missed? Have you guys talked about this Yamamoto thing before?
No, we're just having a joke right now. You can be part of it. There's no joke on you.
Can we tell only funny jokes on this podcast?
No, the joke's on your Remchuk because he has to be here.
Oh.
Well,
he wants to be in a real sports show, but no.
Yeah, well, I mean, to be fair, I did enjoy the 20 minutes of strip club talk. I'm not going to pretend like I was grumpy during that. I thought that was very good podcast content.
You can tell that it hasn't registered in our COVID brains that playoffs are starting within how many days?
There's a game tomorrow.
There's a game tomorrow.
Because we're still like, you know what's funny in the administrative draft 2 years from now for Seattle? Like, shouldn't we be all jazzed up about?
Well, let's talk about it. Let's talk about Oilers fans' responsibilities to not being complete morons.
Well, shit. Yeah, you're right. So me and Bag Milk, and we've all had a chat about this. This could be, we got to make sure we clip this shit and put it on the Instagram, too. Like, this could be a once-in-a-generation threat to Oilers fans. Because who's going to be more excited than Oilers fans the next 10 weeks on Earth? Probably no one, right? It's a shitty time. Everyone's been bottled up. If we start congregating like crazy during the playoffs, going to sports bars, being like, oh, shit, I'm just going to go down to the arena district. I won't go in. I'm going to walk around. It could turn into a circus, man. And like Oilers fans, we can get fucked up. We can't go out in public to great extent.
So I agree with you to a certain extent. I think that we all just need to do a small amount of things that aren't stupid. Number one, why don't you and your friends just have a little cohort group that gets together and watches playoff games?
Well, me and my friends are 8 million people at the Pint, and then we challenge each other to arm-licking contests at intermission.
Exactly. So my quote to you exactly was, if you are an Oilers fan and you go to the brew house, the Pint, Hudson's, doesn't matter. If you go out to watch a game and you are high-fiving actively with people you don't know, you're an idiot.
I am an idiot. I'm starting the story out saying I'm an idiot. I've got to see the playoffs since 2006. I want to go out and touch people.
And I don't think you will, though, because I don't think you are an idiot.
But other people will.
But that's
and
who we're talking to.
I get it, but we can't.
I've been excited to watch hockey, and I'm going to watch every minute of these games. I'm already making my plans for Saturday. But my plans, and if they are, like I've gone out to restaurants, if my plan is going to be to go out to a restaurant, I am going to be sitting in there, and if drunk Oilers fans get too close to me, I'm going to put my foot up into a chest kick position, and I will be sitting there with the people that I came with, and I will
locked and loaded.
Yeah.
Keep the fuck away from me. I want to be out in the atmosphere, but I don't want to give you a hug. I don't.
The amount of parties I'm seeing on Instagram of my buddies and my friends and my social media friends and shit, like I get it, man. It's nice out. We've been cooped up. I get it. It fucking sucks. If it's like, oh man, all the bars are packed and people who can't get in are standing outside and like going down to the ice district and shit, the ice district will stand for 100 more seasons, long after this summer's put to bed.
But we have a responsibility here as a hub city. Don't fuck this up. Don't be.
Or they will never let us be hub city in COVID-22.
That's not my point. We will look like idiots.
I agree. But look at how the world is going, Chalmers. Look at how the world is going.
But we're not the rest of the world. We got into this position because we handled everything with respect. We do the things we need to do. We wear masks in public. Now is not the time to get into the second, third round and stop doing the things we were doing to get here. Because if you do, you're an idiot.
I want my concern to Hall, and I want to smush together and listen to Jump Around. That's what I want to do.
My concern is that we're already kind of forgetting about it, though, Chalmers. Like, you look at the spike in numbers, it's like it's those damn kids Tyler's age. You know? They're not listening anymore.
I went to the spray. I drove past. I needed to take a bunch of cardboard to an eco station in an area that had a spray park. This morning at 9 a.m., the spray park was busy. Busy as all hell. But the people were all spread out. Now, do I look at that and go, yeah, I would take my kid to that? Probably not, right? But I understand that people are becoming a lot more loose with this whole thing. But this hockey gives us the opportunity to become flat out negligent. And when we get into a position where, let's say we win the second round and people want to go out and do something on Jasper Ave that's just stupid and get together, it's just like,
we can't.
Just don't. Like, just fucking don't for 1 year. I get it. Just don't.
You have to tell us. Stay home. Stay safe. I'm Connor McDavid. I will give you a cup. You do your part. Stay home.
Support your local restaurant if you want.
Exactly. If you do go out, just follow the fucking rule. That's all.
But people follow the rules. Drunk, man. They will not when they're drunk.
It's even the same thing as that, like the beer garden and the viewing thing that the city set up. Like, I couldn't believe that they're actually doing
That's fucking reckless in my mind, but they know what they're doing better than I do, and I don't know what I'm talking about. So there we go.
I just think that there's an opportunity for this to really go off the rails unless everybody's working together. And you know what? As much as I want to go high five strangers, I high fived about 1,000 strangers in Vegas in February.
Yes.
But it's just not the time.
I can see people wanting to. I get it, but you can't.
And the more people that rush to downtown and the more people that go and do this shit, the more opportunity there is for a spread. And the more opportunity that there is for a spread downtown, the more opportunity that there is for it to sneak into the bubble and ruin all of this. So don't fucking be dumb. It's not hard.
They need to run like in Godzilla with Matthew Broderick when they had all the choppers hovering with like the spotlight. They got to run that shit around the bubble.
Right. Players are going to get it. Like you saw the things about the Miami Marlins right now. They've had an outbreak on their team.
No, what happened?
But baseball's got the worst setup. Period.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Jeff.
What I was gonna like, you said players are gonna get it in the NHL. I'm not convinced they are anymore. Like at first, I was like, positive tests are gonna happen. There could be an outbreak on a team. What's gonna happen now with the news today that there were no positive tests in their last round, and every player who's coming into the bubble does not have COVID and has done all the necessary precautions, which the NHL has been good at. As the tournament goes on, there is less and less and less of a chance of an outbreak happening or of players at all getting COVID, because I think the NHL is going to be good enough at keeping this bubble tight. I even saw the video of players filling up at the breakfast buffet that was prepared for them by chefs. All those chefs wearing masks, wearing gloves, likely went through testing when they walked in the doors as well. Like, I think the NHL's...
Where are they going to get drunk? Like, are they going to keep the arena bars open so these guys on off nights can go in there and just get destroyed?
They have a patio set up.
They've got access, I think, to like 3 bars or something.
This is as simply as this whole thing could turn. One of those chefs has to go home to his family. Let's just say he has a 20-year-old...
I think he lives in the bubble. I think everyone stays in the bubble.
The servers at the bars are going to have...
Hold on.
Right. A lot
is
of
that
options.
true?
No.
Let's be serious here for a second.
I think hotel staff are allowed to go home.
You think so?
I believe that is correct.
There's a very porous bubble.
That's very
porous. Let's say that a chef goes home and his 20-year-old kid's in the basement sleeping off his hangover because he was at the fucking... at some party with more than 30 people watching.
Probably with Chalmers. Chalmers loves parties.
Yeah. Then that chef gets exposed to something and takes it inside the bubble.
Okay,
that's as simple as it could be.
No.
I'm not saying it's going to happen, but let's just, like, if your family works in the bubble, stay the fuck home.
Okay, but you're making it sound too simple. Like, one, that scenario has to play out.
I don't think I am.
Where someone working in the hotel needs to go home and someone in their family has to have the virus and give it to them. And I mean, let's be real. If someone in their family has the virus, that person's probably going to call work and say, hey, my wife, my kid has COVID. I can't come into work anymore. But let's say they go home and the scenario plays out where their kid or their wife has COVID, doesn't know, gives it to them. They also don't know and don't start feeling symptoms. They go to work the next day. The temperature test and the test they need to do on site doesn't pick up that they have COVID. They're wearing a mask. They're wearing a glove. They're wearing gloves. They go inside. They go inside the bubble. They prepare the food, their PPE, all that stuff the whole time. And that potentially gets to a player. And okay, maybe, 1, 2, 3 players get it, but those guys are also being tested all the time. So if you figure out one of them has it, you quarantine them, isolate them. Like, I think the chances of an outbreak are so slim. Like, I have a member of not my immediate family, but my extended family who had COVID. So he tested positive on a Tuesday. He started feeling symptoms on a Sunday afternoon. Started feeling his symptoms on a Sunday afternoon, went for a test Monday, got the results Tuesday that he was positive. That Saturday, he went to an outdoor gathering. It was a lunch. There were excess of 20 people there. No one else at that gathering, even though they ate, drank, used the same bathrooms, no one else at that gathering got it. Not one positive test from it. So it is.
I don't like this.
Like, it's highly contagious, but like I think it's going to be very, very difficult for a player in the bubble to get it and then suddenly pass it on to 10, 15 teammates.
Yeah, and obviously, the only reason I'm saying all this stuff is because I so badly don't want anything bad to happen. Because I am, after watching that Western Conference video and just knowing that we have hockey on Saturday,
That's
this
the
is
wrong
what we've
attack
all
vector.
been working for.
Chalmers, that's not how they're going to get it. It's the number one instinct of humanity that will lead to it. Sex.
But they're not
How
just
do you have
letting
the entire
girls from.
Western Conference board on social media in Edmonton? You have to have those helicopters shooting at the puck buddies.
But they can't get in. Like, if I'm a player and I'm trying to invite a girl over, she can't just walk into the hotel.
Of course you can. Not through the front door. Lovely.
I want you to video stuff just trying to walk into the bubble.
There's
No,
like
you have
cop
to
cars
sneak in.
everywhere.
Yeah, I know.
Pretend you're a delivery guy.
Chalmers, I could get in the bubble. Don't worry about it.
Okay, get in the bubble. I would love to fucking see this.
Never. Why would I do that? Why did I leave my house?
Jay, you do it then.
No.
Too famous.
Fuck. Because you guys know you can't do it.
You can't do it. You cannot walk into this place.
Local idiot breaks bubble. 3 teams infected. Wanye crying. No.
I've been on
I'm really excited for Saturday, you guys. That's all.
Me too.
Well, how are we feeling about the oil? I know we've talked about it a little bit over the last little bit, but now we can actually talk. This is our playoff primer discussion. The Oilers are in the playoffs.
I haven't seen them. I haven't seen how they looked for 3 months, so I have zero idea. I can't wait till Saturday.
You know what? I had fun watching the scrimmage they did on the weekend.
The Colby Cave game, which was very well done. But what were your thoughts on that, Big Milk?
I thought the boys looked good. You know what actually made me really happy? And I know they were only probably going 75% or whatever it was, but like Nugent Connor look like they've got something going. Leon and Yamo look like they're still back where they were. So I was feeling really, really good about it. And you know what? I was actually super impressed by Philip Broberg. I know he's probably not going to play, but man, he's got wheels.
And he's handsome.
Oh, very handsome. Those Swedes, the Swedish All Labs team that we've got on this roster right now is pretty impressive.
Ripped.
Yeah, quickly becoming a Swedish hotbed is the Edmonton Blue Line. I thought someone else was going to jump in there with an ab joke, which is why I...
Yeah, like a Swedish abs mafia? Is there something there?
There might be there might be an opportunity for Nation Gear to build something around the Swedish ab mafia.
Yeah, it's like one of those bikini shirts, but instead it's just a shredded.
The All Labs team.
Yeah,
with a
Swedish colors.
Tattoo on the chest.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, maybe like a Swedish flag or something. Like the Swedish
your,
All
your
Labs
T-shirt
team.
is just a body with abs on it with a Oilers Nation tattoo on the chest.
Yeah,
and it's either Broberg or Clefbaum.
Well, we're working on a T-shirt design that involves a mustache right now. I'll tell you that much.
Is it the nude
is it
stash?
Well, I don't know. Is it?
Is the stash at the very bottom of the shirt?
It is a Yelp review from Magic. What the fuck's the place? City.
Magic City. We only talked about it for 20 minutes, Jay.
I know, because I screwed up and called it Magic Mike's once, and now I'm like, oh my god, what the fuck is it?
Speaking of
and then I wanted to call it Magic Pizza.
Speaking of Nation Gear, did you guys drop the Hub City shirt?
Yep.
Sweet. NationGear.ca.
I'm pulling it up right now on the site.
While you're pulling that up, I'll pull up. Tina gives Magic City a 4-star review. She said this place was popping. The girls were beautiful. Everybody looked great. The atmosphere was great, but that $40 charge at the door really ruined my night.
That could be Mrs. Yaremchuk, Tyler Yaremchuk.
Mm-hmm. So,
I don't think so. 4
stars is a ruin my night review?
Well, apparently. She's very generous. 4 stars, but she did have her night ruined by the $40 cover fee.
It's too bad. That's too bad.
Yeah, I feel bad for
we
her.
touched on Nation Gear. The Nation Beer playoff cans are out. Jay, take us through the design there.
Oh, fuck. it is just the sexiest thing I think anyone could ever see in their lives.
Well, Jay, tell the whole story though, because you told it on Nation Happy Hour on Friday, and I just thought it was funny because this can, as sexy as it is, was a complete mistake.
Complete mistake. It was supposed to be, the vision always was that it was going to be a matte black can with silver writing. And we got a couple proofs, and we were beating. There was a couple iterations of it because the writing wasn't silver enough. So we send all that feedback back to the printer, and what do? Is they flip it. They inverse. They go black writing on silver. And when I got told this, I was like, fuck off. Like, we put so much like energy into this. We were so pumped. This is what we kind of were just set on. And I'm like, fine, let's see it on a can. And boy, were we fucking wrong. It is so fucking slick, this can design. I cannot wait to see one in the flesh. I've been seeing some product shots because it's been slowly getting out there. And oh my God, it looks so good.
Is it all the same beer, or is it different types of beer in them now? Like, are they different? All the same?
All the same beer.
Oh, good. Okay, good.
Yeah, so stay tuned. I think it's going to be on shelves in liquor stores like right now because I'm already starting to see it out in the marketplace. I don't have my hands on any yet.
Do you guys have any potato cider in the mix?
I love the potato cider.
Because now that we know that it absolutely 100% exists.
Yeah, like
thanks to all of our friends on Twitter who slammed you for being such a fucking cider.
That's like having a peanut butter stout. Like, it's not like it's.
I never said it was good. Never said I was going to drink it. Just said it exists.
So but it's not a. It's the platform is stout, and they put peanut butter in it.
Yeah,
like cider is apple.
If you're gonna make craft dinner, what's your first play? Is it spicy cheddar? No, it's craft dinner original flavor.
I'd like a nice rosé macaroni with a little Alfredo.
Yeah, down the road perhaps, but you don't lead with that, bro. You go for numbers, market share.
I get it, but listen, the argument was that this shit did not exist.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we proved it did.
It exists. We just said it wasn't common.
Yeah, it's called vodka. Potato cider is vodka.
Yeah, you just try to put cider in a box, and I'm just saying, let it breathe, man.
I want to get hammered so bad. Maybe that makes me a low-functioning alcoholic, but, like, are you kidding me? My job is to stay home, watch the Oilers on TV, and not leave?
So you're legit not going to get together with anybody? You're just going to watch
No, I'll get together with people, but I'm not going to... My normal plan would be to go to every game.
Yep.
Yeah.
My second plan would be, if I was at the game, would be to go to the Pint.
Yeah, like I was thinking back to 2017, and those were the only two places I watched games.
That's the only
one
place.
At the Pint and one at Rogers Place. So it's going to be weird.
It's wherever I start watching games when the Oilers start to roll. Because if I feel someplace is lucky, I don't care if it's the fucking trolley car at the top of the high-level bridge. I'll insist it goes back to where I feel I need to be for superstition.
I just remembered that I made a tea time for Saturday at 11. That's not going to work. I'm going to cancel that.
Oh,
I totally forgot.
Plan your goddamn life.
There's 5 games on Saturday. I just looked at the schedule. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
It is a gamble. Like right now with the current hockey schedule, it's a gambler's dream because there is just so much. And DFS for that matter.
I'm so
I think Fantasy's going to have a first couple rounds. Yeah, I think Fantasy's going to have a huge play here. So really looking forward to what Daily Faceoff can do.
We're the second favorite of the day that day on Saturday.
What's that?
We're the second highest favorite of the day. Pittsburgh to beat Montreal is the highest favorite at a -160. We are favored to beat Blackhawks by -150. And then it goes the Hurricanes at -130 to beat the Rangers.
Well, I'll take the Rangers.
And then the Flames to beat the Jets -120. And the Islanders to beat the Florida Panthers -115.
You want my hot take here, Chuck? Yep. I think Carolina's going to go deep.
I do too. No,
I think Carolina's done in round 1.
Jay,
care to make a wager?
Yeah, let's make a Windicate. I want to go in, you and I, betting heavily that the Oilers go deep.
Okay, I'll set up an account. Give me some money.
50,
I'm gonna go a max.
Hold up, I'm talking to that player.
Yeah.
Just kidding. I'm just joking around. But Jay, we can talk about it every week on the podcast and make it branded content.
Well, I think as of today, our new friends, our old friends, Odd Sharks, are coming back to work with us with hockey coming back. So that's exciting.
So let's grant ourselves money from our own money and not spend their money on gambling, but our own money, and then their money goes into a different account. So let's gamble, and then every week or every show we can talk about our bets from Odd Sharks.
on Thursday, everybody do a 5-game parlay just between us, and we see who gets best record.
I don't even know how to bet, Chalmers. I don't even have
you just guess the winner of the 5 games, and we'll see who goes 4-1. We'll see who goes 3-2. See if somebody goes 5-0.
Where do I write this in an app? What? How?
On a napkin with a Sharpie.
Oh, I see.
Hold it up.
I thought you wanted me to
the screen.
I thought you wanted me to use some fucking app or something.
Just between us.
Oh, I see. Between gentlemen. Well, hold on, Jay. Can we do this though? Can we bet and then yell every show about it?
Sure. Give me some money.
I will. How do you want to structure this? Do you want to go fucking double up, or how do you want to do it?
We can do a few different things.
Okay, JR, I want in. Let's go.
I bet on Stanley Cup. So I like to sprinkle around a few Stanley Cup winner bets. So I've done that. I've bet on a few.
I've got the Oilers to win the cup. All I want to do is every time the Oilers win, I want to have more money, and when they lose, be sad and ready to come back hard next game.
Yeah, I've got $50 on the Oilers to beat the Blackhawks in the series right now. I've got $5 on, I think Minnesota's going to upset Vancouver. I've got $20 on the Jets spanking the Flames. I think that's no-brainer.
All right, Chalmers, you want in on these Oilers bets only, crew?
Well, I kind of want to go against you. I'd like to have a competition.
No, you fuckface. What are you going to?
No, Chalmers, I don't mind the idea of doing like a parlay this weekend. I think that'll be kind of fun.
But let's start an Oilers betting Windicate, where every time the Oilers do something great, we always win. I think they're going to go deep. Go Oilers.
Rick, I'm always going to bet on the Oilers. That's all I know.
Rick from Oilers Nation Radio and The Pint suggested that we do a joint fantasy hockey pool, like the one where you pick the boxes and stuff, and do that between the two podcasts. So maybe I'll set that up in the next couple days and send links into the chat.
Oh, hell yeah.
And
good
we can
idea,
do that,
Rick.
have a little bit of fun. Great idea by Rick.
Us versus them.
Also, the sportsbook I use has a ton of prop bets up right now for Oilers and Hawks. So, like, you can bet on the amount of goals that, like, all the big Oilers names will score. Yamamoto, Nuge, Draisaitl, McDavid. You can bet on how many goals the Oilers...
I like how you led with Yamamoto.
I was reading them in order of they were on the site.
Okay.
He's from Seattle, Yamamoto.
You can bet on the Oilers to score, over under 12.5 goals, all that stuff. Maybe this Thursday's episode we will solely dedicate to previewing the Oilers playoff run and also talking about a bunch of betting and fantasy hockey. I think that's a good plan.
Great plan.
Good. Well, we already prepped Thursday's show, and this one is not even over. It's about to be over, though. Guys, thanks for giving me an hour of your time.
Stay home. Thank you. Stay home.
Find an Oilers playoff cohort that you can hang out with.
Yes.
Just watch it with the same people every time, and then you can hug and kiss whenever they score.
Ooh, your Remcheck. You want to be in my cohort?
Your Remcheck. I'm watching at your place, buddy.
I'm blowing right past that to remind everyone that our podcast is brought to you.
Your Remcheck cohort.
Podcast is brought to you by Japa. I'd let Japa into my playoff cohort. You can visit them, japamachinery.com. Check them out on all their social medias as well. They are the great, fantastic, amazing sponsor of the Real Life Podcast. Thursday, we're doing a full preview of the playoffs, specifically Oilers and Blackhawks, because there's an exhibition game tomorrow. Oilers are plus 140 to win in regulation. Take that bet. It's a lock. Don't fade your Remchuck. Hammer it. And then Saturday, we got the real thing, Oilers versus Hawks. Thanks for tuning in.
Hammer it.
Episode 196 of the Real Life Podcast is over.
Hammer it.
Great job on making it through the entire hour of the Real Life Podcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe wherever you get your podcast from.